guys, this is Trisha Black Women Sisterhood. I want to make a video for the older sisters who are battling feelings of jealousy and inadequacy about black men dating and marrying white women. Now, the reason I address this is more so towards the older women versus the younger women. It's because younger women and younger black women in particularly, in my generation, we tend to be more open-minded and used to interracial dating, and so it's not really that new of a concept to us, because we kind of grew up with it in our generation. And so, since we're used to interracial dating by now, it's really not that big of a deal. But I've noticed with my older sisters, and I would say my more mature in age sisters, a lot of them struggle with accepting, the brothers dating white women or non-black women. And so here's a few tips on how to heal and deal with that and be okay with it in the future. Number 10 is ask yourself, is the gentleman, is he attractive to you? Or more importantly, if he's even a good catch before you get mad. See, sisters, a lot of the times a brother can be butt ugly, and we'll only notice him once he's with a Becky or a non-black woman. And so in that scenario, you really wouldn't want that guy to begin with. And so don't take it personally, because again, if he's too ugly for you, 9 times out of 10 he's too ugly for other black women too. And so we probably wouldn't have wanted him to begin with. Number 9, don't take it personal. Sisters, I know we sometimes feel that good black men are limited, and that for some of us it may sting to see them with white women or non-black women, because we already feel like our pickings are slim. But rest assured, statistically speaking, black men marry black women majority of the time when they do get married. And so I know sometimes the media and other outlets can exaggerate the narrative that black men only want white women, but I assure you that is not true. And even if you look around in everyday life, most of the time when a black woman is with a man, he's black. And so sometimes it could be propaganda and a narrative. Number 8 is read the statistics on interracial dating and interracial marriages. Black men and non-black women marriages fell at over 70% within the first 7 to 10 years. And so when you put that into perspective, it doesn't make sense to envy any relationship that has a 70% chance of failure. Number 7, don't fall victim to race baiting relationships or race baiting topics that center around black men dating non-black women. Sisters, I'm sure by now we've all seen or heard at least one black man brag about liking exoticals or non-black women, and he does that in order to lure you into an argument. I urge you, sisters, do not fall for it when you see these topics going around by black men. The next time you see one, either don't say anything or just be unbothered and tell them, great, I'm happy for you. I wish your non-black relationship, interracial relationship, I wish it well. And you just go on about your business. The one thing that the world hates to see is a unbothered black woman. Number 6, realize him dating out is not a personal insult to you. Sometimes as black women are more concerned that a brother dating out means that we're undesirable or that something is wrong with us, when in reality sometimes it could just be a organic interracial relationship to where both of them just spark casually and they both may genuinely be compatible. And so it may not have anything to do with race at all, and it may not have anything to do with black women, because like most men of other races, most of them date women who they find compatible and who they're attracted to. And so number 5, maybe he does have unresolved issues with black women, and in which case, if he does, it's not your job to play therapist, nor is it your job to apologize for the wrongdoings of other black women in his past. And your best bet is to stay away from him, because if he has unresolved issues, that will only lead to evolved drama in the future. Number 4 is realize that black men don't owe us companionship. And sisters, I know that this part is really hard to hear, but black men, they really don't owe us companionship. And the truth is neither do we. We don't owe them companionship neither. We're a group of people, and yes, we are black, but we are men and women first. And so never feel like you're obligated to only date black men, and that should be the same for black men. And so also think about it this way. If you only date a black man, you're also including in that group of black men that may not be good. And so you don't want to just date someone just because they're a black man and end up doing more harm than good in the end. Now, number 3 is maybe he does still like black women. You know, sisters, you'll be surprised how many black men in interracial relationships that I've met that still want and still like black women. I know with me personally, the only black men that I tend to attract is black men who are already in interracial relationships. And so sometimes interracial relationships, it may not be his exclusive preference, but it may be what he's in at that current moment. So number 2 would be, ask yourself, do you really care? Or do you feel just because you're a black woman, you're supposed to care? Me personally, I never cared about black men dating white women or non-black women. It wasn't until I grew older that I realized the world and the media, they pretty much dictated this whole narrative and exaggerated on it about black women being, you know, these fuming hot, mad, rage women every time they see interracial relationships with black men. But in reality, most of the black women that I know and most of my friends, they don't really care. And I thought that was just exclusive to me, but I realized even with other black women, most of them really don't care. And so I just always thought that was interesting. And so sometimes you have to ask yourself, are you really mad, or do you just feel like because of what the media displays that because you're a black woman, you have to be mad? And number 1 is don't count yourself out, sisters. Understand that you have options too. A lot of my sisters, especially the more mature in age sisters, are reluctant to date outside of their race. And so they may feel that their options are slim or that they are being robbed of the available black man. But the reality is, if you expand your dating options, it would no longer matter to you what black men are doing, and it will also increase your overall market value, not only just with other men, but coincidentally with black men too, because they will see that you have options and that you're not afraid to pursue your options. And so lastly, you don't always have to just go to the traditional interracial relationships neither. You could also try intercultural, which is you can still date a man who is technically black, but who is African. You know, Africa is really diverse. There's a lot of countries and cultures in Africa. And so definitely don't be afraid to try that. And just know in the end, sisters, that you are beautiful, that you don't have anything to be ashamed of, and that overall, you know, you can't really control who others date, but you can control who you date. So please don't limit yourself and go out there and choose the best man for the job, always vet. And sisters, I will be back again this week. I am going to be starting my Not Pookie and Ray Ray series. And so don't forget to tune in later this week with my other videos. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.